When we talk about teen pregnancy, we simply and always we start off by talking about abstinence. And abstinence, ladies and gentlemen, is very important. And abstinence is simply waiting for the appropriate person, the appropriate time, and in some cases the appropriate circumstances. And we support marriage, but more when you're in a relationship. In other occasions, we hear the same individuals, they say, if you are going to engage, make sure that is responsible. Use the appropriate precautions and make sure that you're emotionally ready to engage in sexual activity. Am I correct? And the last thing you hear, and you hear a lot, is about choices. I agree with all of those things, but I think one component that we very rarely talk about is how do we get to the point where young people actually believe that it's necessary to be in that position? Young people find themselves in that position because they are looking to fill a hole that exists. What we don't talk about is young people who live in an environment where they do not feel valued. So it starts off by young ladies not getting the attention from their father at home. It starts from young men not being validated. And so automatically they look to someone else to validate who they are. Young girls, they start meandering around looking for someone who's going to give them a compliment. Someone to tell them that they look nice, that they are beautiful, that they matter. We think it just shows up and someone says, oh, she's pregnant. It starts off by somebody making them feel important, someone saying that you ultimately matter to them. And so what they look for and they look for the affirmation from their peers. And a lot of times that affirmation comes with the opposite sex. So parents, now we have a generation that get on Snapchat. Some of you never heard of Snapchat. Snapchat is like WhatsApp on steroids. The beautiful or the interesting thing about Snapchat is when you put a picture on Snapchat or conversation, after a certain time, it disappears. Appearance nightmare. They send the emails, the BBs, and through all that conversation, our children, our young angels, are getting engaged by the opposite sex. And they're engaging in behavior that our generation had never, ever had to deal with. Some of them having intimate conversations with technology because they do not have to look a person in the eye. And they can say everything that they ever fantasized about. We're going to get back to that. So we have ships passing in the night looking for validation, and we have to find a way to deal with it. Teen pregnancy, Mr. Minister, I submit to you, has to be a changing of how we value and look at our young people. So the first thing that I want to say to our young people is, you are a prize. Can everybody say that with me? You are a prize. I need 2 people from TN Tatum to come forward really quick. 2 people from Barclay and 2 people from Delwood. Really quick. Barclay, Delwood, TN Tatum, and 2 from Sands. Really quick. Boys, girls, it doesn't matter. Stand in front. Stand in front. Okay, I'm going to do what I... Sir? 1, 2. Really quick. 1, 2. Right here. Is that all the schools rep? Is Sands? 2 Sands ladies, just because you're in front. Just ladies stand down here. Really quickly. Really quickly. Okay. Now, what I want you to do, stand right here, my friend, is I want you to take this candy out of the wrapper. Really quick, guys, we don't have a lot of time. Really quick, take the candy out the wrapper. Touch it, pass it down. Touch it, everybody touch it. Get a good feel. Enjoy it. Stop right there. Touch it. Have a good feel. Have a good feel. Touch it, lady. Pass it down. Touch it. Okay? Now, we want you to put that in your mouth. I said, put it in your mouth. The reason why she did not put it in her mouth, because everybody had their hands on it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the essence of who you are is the wrapper. It is your essence. It is the purest part of who you are. So the wrapper is your protection and it is your covering. What we want to say to you today, young ladies, is ensure that, and young men, because the message, gentlemen, come forward, one of you really quick, because I think we need a male representative. Just come. You can take your knapsack off. We need a male representative because the message cannot just go to our young ladies. Your wrapper is your value. It's what makes you special. And when you preserve yourself, you actually say to yourself, you are valued and you are important. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for our young people. I want all our young people to stand up really quick. I have a personal affirmation for us. Yeah, I know. Poor Mr. King is so boring. Repeat after me. I am a prize. I will be respected and honored by myself and those that are around me. I will keep my standards high and not allow anyone to define who I am or what my level of success will be. I will control my own destiny. Thank you. Have a seat. The other thing that we're going to talk about, so it's first, you are a prize. You are special. You are important. You are loved. The second thing is you must have passion. Passion is simply the reason why you get up every morning. It drives you. It motivates you. It keeps you connected with your life. A person with passion is very rarely interrupted by those without passion. Find a reason to live. Find something that you are so excited about every single day. You wake up in the morning wanting to do it. So my friend, I'm going to say to you, what is your passion? What do you think about? What drives you? Don't point to her. What is your passion? What is your passion? What is your passion? What is your passion? To graduate? Sir, what is your passion? Your passion. Important. Critically important. That when somebody asks you your passion, you must say, this is why I believe I exist. So to somebody, it may be, I want to be an artist. And every day they get up and they think art. They sleep art. They read art textbooks, but they're driven by art. Someone might say, I want to be a professional football player. And they practice. They learn about diet. They understand everything about this sport. Someone might say, I am driven by being a doctor. And every single day, they're driven. You have to find your passion. And the last thing in that whole group is your purpose. Your purpose is fueled by your passion. I am good at this, but this is why I want to make a difference, because it fits into a bigger plan for my life. Many young people get caught up into things that they shouldn't be, teenage sex, because they don't have a passion. And here's what they've proven. Students who are focused on extracurricular activities, they stay involved, are less likely to become involved in activities that are antisocial or become pregnant at a young age. Why? Because they have purpose and they are driven. So it's prize, passion, and purpose. The last one that I'll give you that I'm going to talk to the parents in our community is setting goals. Set goals that you want to achieve. In 5 years' time, I want to be here. In 10 years' time, I want to be here. Set goals that are achievable. Do things that make you want to be better, but at the end of it, you can look back and say, that's something that I plan to do. For our parents, for our community leaders, we must bleed into our young people. This is the first generation of young people who have everything but have very little. They are looking to us to be examples, but the truth is we have too many of our young people that are walking around who are hurt, who are looking for somebody to believe in them and to validate their existence. The truth is individuals engage in premarital sex because they want somebody to love them. They want somebody to make them feel special. And I do decree and declare our young people are calling for us to step aside from our busy activities and to pour into them. To our young men, I have a special burden in my heart for young men, particularly in my country, because I recognize that the calling on our life is great. We have been put on this earth to respect, honor, and uphold women. That means you do not call a woman out of her name. All of the things that we hear on TV that people call women, that's not something a real man would call a woman. It means you treat every woman like she is your mother. Every young lady in your class, you have to say, she is the potential mother of my children when I marry, and I will treat her with respect. We don't expect a lot of our young men. We put all the pressure on the young ladies. And it is time we hold our young men to the same standard of purity that we do our young ladies. Being a male is a matter of birth. Being a young man that abstains and makes good decisions is a matter of choice. The reality is, right now, we need young men who are going to hold standards high, who are going to say no when everyone else is saying yes. And those same young men are going to treat themselves as a prize. They're going to find their passion, they're going to live in their purpose, and they're going to achieve their goals. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe the next generation of leaders are before us. We have to make a conscious decision to invest in our young people in the good times and in the bad times. The truth is that some of our achievements come in our darkest hours. Let's not lose faith in our young people, and let's give them the tools so that they can be the cadre of the capable, the competent, and the prepared. Thank you very much, and have a good afternoon.